Good morning, Facebook family and friends. Today it is Monday, October 23rd. This is the year 2017. Many years ago, I heard the quote by Maya Angelou, and she said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And I used to, for many years, I didn't like that quote by Maya Angelou because I believed in giving people second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. But as I've gotten older, it has become crystal clear to me that when someone does show you who they are the very first time, believe them. Because that's who they are. And they're not going to change. It's not going to get better. They're not going to try to improve. They're going to stay that same way. Some people are just stuck. So I used to didn't like that quote that she had. But Maya Angelou had lived long enough to know, way long enough to know, that you don't ignore the red flags. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. People may not necessarily tell you in words who exactly they are. Actually, chances are they'll tell you the opposite, but their actions. And this is where things always get funky for me with people. Their actions will always speak for them. When that happens, you're better off listening and believing them rather than holding on to the possibly deluded hope that they're not like that at all. Look at their actions. When people do that, the poet at Maya Angelou said on the Oprah show, when people show you who they are, why don't you believe them? Why must you be shown 29 times before you can see who they really are? So when you see the red flags in the beginning of a relationship, friendship, or anything business decision, learn to pay attention to them. You may want to believe something else entirely, but somewhere or the other, people will always show you exactly who they are. You're better off listening the first time, rather than waiting to be disappointed again and again and again before it sinks in. I've always struggled with that because I want to give people a second chance. Friends, family members, business acquaintances, people I've done business with that screwed me over. I say, well, maybe they just messed something up. Let's try it again. Big mistake. I've learned over the years, some people don't deserve a second chance. Some people have created such a spectacular issue. They do things so crazy that they cannot have a second chance. You'd be making a huge mistake. Huge mistake. I meet so many people here in Atlanta. And they tell me the things that they've gone through. And as I sit and listen to all the problems they had red flags. They knew something was wrong, whether they knew that they saw from that person's actions that something wasn't right, but they didn't want to believe it. I had a young lady who worked a job here in Atlanta. She's working this job, making good money. All of a sudden, the paychecks got funky. They said, oh, it was a mistake in accounting. I said, man, how can a company that big make a mistake in accounting? Something wrong with that. Then they didn't get, the next time they didn't check at all. I said, you better get out of here. But she kept working. I said, you're not going to get paid. Don't you get it? And sure enough, that company folded weeks later. And none of those people were paid. Now they're trying to sue. When you realize the first time your check was funky and not correct, then you didn't get your next check, you should have fled and went someplace else immediately. Because you still got to pay your rent, car utilities, car bill, payment, every credit. You still have bills to pay. You don't have time to sit around and wait and praying and hoping that they do the right thing and give you your paycheck. So we go to jobs and we think, well, I'm self-employed. Most people go to jobs and think, I know I'm going to get this check on Friday. I can assure you there were some people this past Friday who did not get their paychecks as they anticipated. And now they're trying to figure out what to do. Happens every day. But they saw the red flags. I don't care if it's in a relationship. I don't care if it's with people, job. When people show you who they are, you better believe them and make some changes. Because them actions. Y'all been in some situations where with close friends, they did some very devious things to me. And I kept them as friends. Their actions were horrible. A lot of stuff, if I told you all these stories, you wouldn't believe. You'd say, well, why? I thought these were my friends who made a mistake. Maybe things will get better. But it didn't get better. Some of these people I was friends with for 10 or 15 years, and from the very beginning, with a number of problems. Because at that point in my life, I thought I had to have an entourage of friends. Who am I going to go to dinner with? Who am I going to go to the movies with? Who am I going to go out to the club and party? Who am I going to enjoy life with? Now that I'm 47, if I want to go to a movie, I'll gladly go to a movie by myself. If I want to go to dinner, I will treat myself to dinner frequently alone. I don't need an entourage of people riding up and down the highways in my cars, just weighing down my car, using up my gas. Because I learned a lot of people their actions. They're too devious. Jealousy, envy, hate. Jealousy, envy, hate. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. But I meet so many people they get so jealous of some of the most minute things that you may do. And then when you realize that you're dealing with somebody who's jealous and they have envy and hate, you got to separate yourself from those people. Because they're showing you who they really are. And they're not your friends. Hard to accept that sometimes. Because we all want somebody in their circle. Sometimes I long to have friends. I love to have somebody come over and sit down here and drink, have some coffee, laugh, and have fun. Play spades and do stuff like that. Maybe one day. But right now, that's not the case. I've been hurt and harmed by so many people the past few years, it just don't make no sense. You try to reach out and help people, and the next thing you know, you the person getting stabbed in your back repeatedly. You can't help them. You even put your. I have jeopardized my own finances by reaching out to help family members and friends, and got nothing in return. I wasn't expecting anything in return, made my money back. But what I wasn't expecting their actions to be so horrific towards me. You would have thought, now here I am helping you pay your bills, keep a roof over your head, put some food in your refrigerator, something I don't have to do. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. But your actions towards me are repulsive. You don't like me. No, it's just, but like I said, now I know better. Now I know as soon as I see those first signs that people are ungrateful and dangerous. And one thing I'll say, I've dated a lot of guys who were very manipulative. They would say one thing, but their actions would be completely different. And once I caught what they were up to. And I always think about it, but this person said, they love me, they want to be with me, blah, 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 blah. But they over here doing this. And I'm like, okay, something. But the action, you're telling me one thing, but your actions are completely something totally different. And I tolerated that stuff in the past. Now, hell no. As soon as I see your actions are devious, dishonest, and you're a liar, you got to go. Care who you are. Family, friends, neighbor, dog, cat. You got to get the fuck out of my life. Because I'm 47 years, I ain't got to reason a lot of nobody. I tell these people all the time, I have no reason to lie to you about shit. What can you do for me? If you don't like what's going on in my life, get the fuck away from me. If you don't like who I am, and you don't like, somebody said, well, you're just too generous. I understand that. I need to change that. But if you think I'm too generous, then if there's things around me that you don't like, then remove yourself from my presence. Or I will remove you for you. Another thing that Maya Angelou said is make an effort to make people feel good. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people never will ever forget how you made them feel. Oh, that is so true. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never, ever forget how you made them feel. I live my life by that principle. I treat people the way I want to be treated, with love and respect. Because I've had some situations happen to me where people did things to me, said or did things to me, and I never forgot how low they made me feel. And I had to just, again, separate myself from these people. You know, you got to get rid of certain people who have all this negativity around them. You're happy and rejoicing. Everything's going great, and you're having a good time, and here they come raining on your damn parade. Raining. Life lesson number 3 from my answer: be good to yourself. If I'm not good to myself, how can I expect anyone else to be good to me? You damn Skippy, you better be good to your damn self. One thing I will do is I take care of Walter. I make sure Walter's happy, financially sound, food. I take care of my health. I make sure that everything's going A-okay with me because I don't have a choice. Like I said, if I'm not good to myself, how can I expect anyone else to be good to me? You got to love, respect, and treat yourself with love and respect for somebody else to do that. Forgive. Oh boy, this is a tough one. Maya Angelou's lesson number 4, forgive. It's one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, to forgive. Forgive everybody. I struggled with this. I needed to see this today. Well, I've been going through a whole hell of a lot of issues over the past for a while now. And when things happen to me, it's tough for me to forgive that person. Some people say because I'm an Aries. Y'all just don't know the thoughts that go through my damn head. I'm not a violent person. But there have been times I want to take a baseball bat to some people for some shit they did to me. And I just have to learn to just give myself the greatest gift, to forgive everybody, and let it be at peace. Because you don't forgive the person. I've did videos about forgiveness before. Because I'm not going to lie, I've struggled with this. So it gets into your head. You constantly think about what took place. You're mad, you're angry, you play the situation over and over in your head. But when you reach that point where you can say, I forgive you for what you did to me. Peace. The peace that you will have in your own mind is overwhelming. Overwhelming. You don't have to think about taking a baseball bat to nobody no more, just because you end up in prison serving a hell of a lot of time and then bash a nigga across this goddamn head for acting a fool. Now I learned you have to forgive. No matter what it is, forgive and move on. Real forgiveness has very little to do with the other person, and it has a lot more to do with you. The longer you hold on to the resentment, the longer the other person stays in your consciousness. Let it go. You're not doing them a favor, you're doing yourself a favor just to let that shit go. Forgive and move on. Life lesson number 5 from Maya Angelou: trust your instincts. Listen to yourself. And in that quietude, you might hear the voice of God. I've learned to trust my own personal instincts about certain things. If I feel uncomfortable about something, I listen to my instinct and I immediately take action. Because your instincts, your gut feeling is not going to lead you down wrong. Something's telling you something's not right. I don't care what the situation is. You got to listen. Trust your instincts. More often than not, we're guided by a voice inside of us that knows what the right thing to do. It's easy to tune out our own instinct because we listen to other things and people instead. But you may find it worth your while to instead go with your gut feeling. Because you know something that you may not know on a conscious level. How to deal with bad situations is important. Life lesson number 6. You can tell a lot about a person by the way he or she handles these 3 things. A rainy day, lost luggage, and tangled Christmas tree lights. That's an interesting one. You can learn a lot from them for that person. And then number 7, ditch the guidebook. If you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. Practically all of us are expected to live in a certain framework of rules and regulations, whether they be society or our families. It's possible that you're living a fairly peaceful, conflict-free life if you follow the path laid out for you. But at the same time, you probably miss out on a lot of things to prevent yourself from growing to be something exceptional. I brought up this whole thing about Maya Angelou today because of certain situations that have been going on in my surroundings, dealing with people and giving people second chances. And I always wanted to, like I said, I always felt I didn't always agree with that statement Maya Angelou said. At one point in my life, I was kind of against it. The whole, let me read it again. I was against this. I was young and foolish. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Sounds harsh, but Maya Angelou had lived long enough to know that people will show you who they are when you first meet them. They'll show you what they're all about. And once you find out the truth, you have to make a decision. Do you continue to allow that person to remain in your inner circle, to have a front row seat to your life, knowing who they really are? They gotta go. And it might be painful, but sometimes you gotta let friendships go. Over the years, I've let a lot of friendship go. They call me to this day. I have friends who still call me. I've known for 20 years. I don't even answer the phone. I look at them calling and I say, you are not about to ruin my day today. I don't even answer the phone anymore. Because they showed me who they were by their actions years ago. We should have stopped being friends back in the 90s. But I let it linger. And it proved to be very destructive. Very destructive in my life. The people that you think should be rooting for you, on your side, expecting, wanting the best for you, are wanting you dead. And I never understood that. Now I see it clearly. So anyway, that's what the video was about today. I was going to talk this long conversation I had with someone about people. And when you should understand what people are about, and, who should you give them second chances and third chances and fourth chances and fifth chances? I say no. I'm agreeing with Maya Angelou on this one. And I learned from experience. But some people also got to learn from experience. Like I said, I didn't particularly care what Maya Angelou said. I wanted to give people other opportunities to prove me wrong, but they did. And let me tell you something. These people who showed me who they were the first time, it was who they were. And I should have believed them because it was the truth. That's just who that person was. But anyway, I'm out of here. Today is Monday, October 23rd, the year is 2017. I got a lot of stuff I need to do today. After I got back from spending the weekend in Florida, I've been over here washing clothes and doing all this stuff. But washing clothes and cleaning up, it's not too bad. I'm almost done now. Let me get my ass to the gym. Like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. Please subscribe to my channel. Y'all don't be afraid to share my videos with family members and friends. Start a debate, conversation, to see what they do. I love reading you all's comments. It's the highlight of my day. Anyway, I'm out of here, you guys. Go do something productive with your lives. That's what I'm about to go do. I got to do something very productive. I got a lot of stuff I need to do. So I'm out of here. Enjoy your Monday. I'm out. Bye.